that tree, you know, it's $250, right? Now, if I go through a chain in the process, okay, no problem. So I always have spare chains, you know, so I have like maybe 3 chains for the day or 5 chains for the day. Maybe you know, especially for cutting stuff that's near fences or whatever, pine trees, bird nails in the middle of the pine tree, that's not uncommon. You know, every pine tree around the house has had a birdhouse in it probably at one point, and you will be cutting into that and wrecking your wrecking your saw, your chain, right? Stuff wears out. So like I say, you know, like out of that $100 an hour, you're going to, like, the more you charge, you're not the less you're going to get, but you're still going to get less, right? Because you got to factor in all the other costs because you're picking up bigger tools. The smaller tools, okay, you don't have to, okay, maybe like on my little mini beast, okay, that thing I paid $200 for. Well, I worked it off, but $200. But it pretty much pays for itself every time I use it. It's already paid for itself like twice this year so far. I've only used it about 4 times, 3 times, 4 times. And yeah, so every time I use that, I might charge, say, $5 maintenance fee, and then fuel probably $5. So, you know, maybe I burn $5 a day with it. You know what I mean? Because it's just so small. So if I charge $35 an hour, $10 of it is just for maintenance. And after, you know, if you can get quite a few uses out of it, I mean, you use it 20 times, you know, or what call it, well, whatever it takes, yeah, more than 20 times. You use it throughout the year, and, you know, it pays for itself enough to replace itself several times, right? So you always have that money sitting there if you have to replace it. And that's the goal, is to get ahead. And the only way you get ahead of that is if you don't take, okay, I got paid today, and you go and blow it on everything else. Plus you have living expenses and all that other stuff too, right? So $100 an hour, but you're working for 4 hours is a good day, but it's not going to be, or maybe you only work for an hour or 45 minutes, whatever. It's good money for the amount of time, but you might only get that once every couple of weeks or so. You know, maybe once you get rolling, you're like that 3 times, 4 times a week. So it can be really, really good money, right? But you also understand that most of that money is not going to be profit. It's going to be reinvestment. And again, to have that advice is a good idea, that you don't think of it as how much money am I going to make. It's more, how much is it going to cost me to run the business? And then how much do I have left over? So anyway, I'll leave it at about that, because I got other things I got to do, such as take pops out there and get some scrap metal. Yeah, there we go.